Hello everybody, good night. Today we have the second part of the complex numbers. Look about here we have solve the equation x squared minus 2x plus 5 equals 0. So we have solve equation, it means find the value of x. What is the biggest power of x? 2. It means we have two solutions. If we have like this quadratic equation, like this quadratic, it means three parts in the equation. We have to solve it using what? The quadratic formula. Quadratic formula, which is minus b plus minus square root of delta over 2a. Delta is b square minus 4ac. A is what? Coefficient of x square, and b is coefficient of x, and c is coefficient of non-x. So here x square coefficient is 1. Coefficient of x is minus 2. Coefficient of 5 is 5. Coefficient of non-x is 5. Now, remove BAC and put these numbers. So, delta it will be minus 16. So now, we have to remove this delta and put minus 16. And remove B, put minus 2, and so on. Now, negative of negative 2, it will be plus 2. Negative 16, directly negative, it will be outside of y. And square root for 16 is 4. So now, plus minus, it means we have two answers. Plus and minus. Now just distribute numerator to the denominator. So 2 divided by 2 it will be 1, and 4 divided by 2 it will be 2i. We have now plus and minus. It means we have two answers. 1 minus 2i and 1 plus 2i. Here just focus about this one. We have two answers. 1 minus 2i and 1 plus 2i. Look about this one. Here he say what? Z equal x plus yi. It means here any complex number can consist of two parts, imaginary and real part. Real part without I, and imaginary part which is multiplied by I. Sorry. Okay, so it can be x alone like this and y is 0, and can be y alone and x is 0, and can be x and y, it means real and imaginary. This one is called pure real, and this one called pure imaginary, and this one called really and imaginary, which is the complex number. Look here, what is this question? What is the real part and the imaginary part of the following? We have this question. This complex number is equal to 14 plus 5i. What is the real part? Real part which is hasn't any I. Look, what is the part which hasn't I? This one. So here x equal, the real part is 14. Which part is multiplied by I? Plus 5. Yes, the imaginary part is plus 5. Now, look at this example. 10 minus 7i. Which is the part which is without I? 10. This is the real part. Which one is multiplied by I? Minus 7. Focus. Minus 7. Look about this one. Square root of minus 50. Directly, as we said before, minus it will be outside with I. The square root for 50 with calculator, it will be 7.1. So look here. There is no numbers without I. It means the real part, it will be 0. Okay. Look, we have only what? Number multiplied by I, which is 7.1. So look here, we have pure imaginary. It means there is no real part. Okay. Look about this example. Now, minus 2 under the square root and multiply by minus 8 under square root. We have to make this minus outside to be I, and this another minus to be I. Now I here and I here, it will be I square. 2 and 8 is under the square root. 2 multiplied 8 will be 16. I square is minus 1. Square root for 16 is 4. Multiply minus 1, it will be minus 4. Look here, there is no part which is multiplied by I. It means it's only real part, which is minus 4. X. Imaginary part, there is no imaginary part, which is 0. So we call it is real part, pure real part, because there is no imaginary part. Look at this example. Directly it's easy. There is no any part without I. So the real part is 0, which is x. Look, what we have multiplied by I with is minus 5. So it is a pure imaginary because there is no real part. Look about this example. Here he said what? Prove that this part equal to this part. At first we have to know this one called the left hand side and this one called the right hand side. If we say prove that, it means you have to get the left hand side and make it simple step by step up to find the result which is equal 16 or not. Okay, now we have to start to take this part and take it along here. Then we have to make it simple step by step. Now we will remove this 4 and we will make it for one total bracket with power of 4. Now look about this one. 1 over I. 1 over I, as we did in the previous lesson, it's equal to minus I. Okay? Directly multiply this bracket by this bracket. 1 plus I multiply 1, it will be 1 plus I. 1 plus I multiply minus I, it will be minus I square. This I will go away with this I. It will be 1 minus I square. I square, and instead of it, we will put its value, which is minus 1. Open this bracket. 1 minus minus 1, it will be 1 plus 1, which is 2 power of 4. It means 2 multiply itself 4 times, which is 16. Now, we have 16. It means the right hand side, so our solution is right. If you understand and like this video, don't forget to make like and subscribe to your family and your friends. And goodbye.